So hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is AADITYA PRATAP SINGH. I'm currently pursuing information technology at IIIT Gwalior. Well, today I have with me a very special guest. His name is Dhruv Narang. He is one of the IPM students at IIM Indore, and you would be excited to know that he has secured an All India rank 5 in the Ipmat 2020 examination. Well, in the following interview, Dhruv has discussed about his IP math preparation days and the things he did, which eventually got him AIR-5. I'm pretty sure it's going to be so helpful to you guys. Well, this is the part 2 episode of the interview which I had with Dhruv. If you haven't checked out the part 1 yet, do check it out in the I button above. And well, the process remains the same. Like this video and share this among your friends so that even they get to know about it. And let's get started. So there are many students who don't actually prepare for JEE या फिर any other competitive examination which requires higher order mathematics. So what would you suggest to these students as to how they can cover the rigorous math syllabus, and how did you do that? Like, obviously you did 11th and 12th, but then higher order part is some finite part. You also have like basic other maths as well. So how did you prepare for all that? So just share your.
Okay. So in my experience, I know one of my friends. She's studying with me at IIM Indore only, and so she's a really hardworking person and very studious and very amazing. What she did was she completed entire 11th and 12th ka math for this course. So if you have that much of dedication, then I would say the best way is to study math like the conventional way. But I am a very lazy fellow, okay, so I can't suggest anything which I cannot do in my dreams. So the best strategy I think would be, first of all, start as early as possible, so that at the end moment you don't fluster and you don't feel underconfident or stuff like that. So start in good time, and know that IPMAT ka math is not at all difficult. It's easy peasy, right? Now, the best way is to go through mocks, just like what I did. You attempt mocks, you study the mocks, what kind of questions are coming, and then you study those topics, and then you solve those questions. And then slowly and gradually you build up. So a lot of mocks will cover most of the pool of questions that can possibly be there, most of the concepts, and that's how you can do it.
Great.
Also, in this case, joining a coaching might be beneficial because coaching they do teach from very basics. But then again, it's about time and money ka investment. So just calculate in that sense. I feel it can be done from self-study and YouTube and all also. Okay, so one thing very interesting about this entire math is that all the questions are super fun to do. Okay, applicants, and once you do the questions, you get a good kick. So I would say go with the mocks, realize these are the topics that you don't know, and then again study from YouTube. And the only thing is practicing. And I understand it might be a hurdle in the start, but once you keep on doing the questions, you will get a very good kick and you'll enjoy doing them.
A basic question that almost like every aspirant might have is to what are the books to be referred. So what would you suggest?
Okay, I kind of tried one book under the name of IPM, didn't find it good, a lot of mistakes, and so books, as I told, I used Arun Sharma for CAT, quite good book, but not coherent with the preparation of IPMAT. So they have to select what to study, what not to study, what questions to attempt, what questions not to attempt. But all in all, Arun Sharma, I found it good, especially for the verbal ability section. Then apart from that, I don't think if there is any good book with the name of IPMAT right now in the market. Just explore it for yourself. If it works, then good enough. Otherwise, try and get on coaching material, right? So a lot of people spend on coaching and basically they don't even use the books. I can tell it from personal experience about my FitG books. So just contact anyone and try and get their coaching material if they're good enough.
So how important do you think it is to give mock test? So you like, of which institute mocks did you refer to? How many mocks did you give? Was it like every day, or after some set of days? How did you analyze them? And what was your pattern of attempting the questions after each mock? Like, did it change? Like, uh, कि अभी मैं suppose talking about English, I'll start with parajumbles now, and I'll go to RC. After the next mock, I'll try out. First I'll attempt RC. So putting stopwatch की मतलब इतना time ले रहा है, अगर मैं ऐसा करता हूँ इतना time लेगा. So did it change with each mock?
Right.
And basically time management, how can one practice time management in during mock tests? And also, what was your score per attempt? Was it like increasing, and how did you increase it? So just tell about that.
Okay, so a lot of questions in one question only.
मतलब अलग अलग करके बोल
Okay,
दो.
so so I can't emphasize more on the importance of mocks. Please give mocks. So mocks have been the spine of my entire preparation. I can't. So that's about mocks. I referred to career launchers, Ipmat, IIM Indore mocks. Now, one thing about mocks is that a lot of places offer you mocks where there are mocks of DU and then RC Munji, Symbiosis and all of that. I tried one coaching's material. I didn't like it. Like terrible mocks, terrible interface. Um, it's just that it was cheap and the selling point was okay, a lot of mocks are there and stuff like that. So don't fall for that trap. Career launcher I found them good. If you find anything better than that, go for it. This is just my limited knowledge which I'm sharing. Then about, okay, so you asked very interesting question about how did I change my strategy and how did I analyze the mocks and stuff like that. So, when you practice on that basketball court or on that badminton court, when you're practicing, you try to do all kinds of shit. You try
Yeah,
to play all
exactly.
different shots and everything. So when you are giving your mock, it's your practice ground. Like, do whatever the hell you can, play with your strategies, see what is working, see what is not working. Sometimes you'll feel that this strategy, okay, didn't work in one mock. Give that strategy another shot in another mock and see if it worked then. So play with your gut feeling, listen to your heart, what it says. A lot of factors are there. The only thing is, when you are doing your practice mocks, you are free from every kind of pressure and everything. So live that, be in that zone, and then do whatever you feel like. So I changed my strategies after every mock. I did a lot of experiments. In one mock, what I did was I only attempted the questions which I found tough, and I left all the questions which were easy. And I just wanted to see how much will I score in such case. कि सारी difficult questions आ गए तो. So that was there. About analyzing the mocks. So as I said, for verbal, I especially made sure that because verbal, there are only 5-6 type of questions. So I just wrote okay, these many number of questions, these many I got right, these many wrong, scope of improvement, stuff like that. For quants, I tried, but it's like too much work. So I was like, रहने देते हैं, पता चल रहा है ऐसे ही कौन सा टॉपिक नहीं आता, and we'll see it बाद में. One thing which I also did was, once I attempted like 10-12 mocks, and then I was only left with 5-6 more mocks. So I came back to all the older mocks, and I, so you get the entire question paper in CL, in Career Launchers ka interface, and then I put a timer, and I was like, okay, this itne time mein I'll do all these questions which I got wrong, and then I check them again, okay, if I'm getting them right now or not. Sometimes I didn't get those questions right again. Then I understood, okay, I need to study this concept again. So that's how I did it. So basically, make sure that your mocks are utilized properly. So if there is a mock that went terrible, so don't leave that mock. Come back and see if you are now able to solve it or not. About time management. So my verbal was throughout equally bad only. So I was like, कहीं से भी start कर लो, इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. So verbal के लिए I didn't have any strategy like that. But if you think RCs should, so RCs and parajumbles require more energy as compared to contextual vocabulary, fill-ups, and all that. So you can have that strategy. Or if you think you're really good with fill-ups and you need to, build thoda confidence and stuff like that. So start the other way around. Do whatever you feel like. Quants mein, I already told my strategy. Do the question which seems doable in a minute. Move on, and then see, okay, if this is a question which can be done in 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and if you have time, do them. So one thing about, yeah, you asked this question also about, um, the scoring only. So it depends on paper to paper. Okay, so paper might be really tough and you might score really bad. So make sure the mock test series that you purchase, they also give you your percentile. So I judged myself from my percentile. Sometimes I scored really well, but my percentile was terrible. It means that many people are scoring better than me, and I need to score even better. And if my percentile was good, even when I scored bad, I was like, okay, there is scope of improvement, that is there. I acknowledge that, but I'm doing. But this attempt was a good attempt only. So analyze it from that point of view. And my score, I honestly don't remember. Um, but I know what can be a good score. Like when I reached my peak of practice, from 80 marks of the subjective, I think I was able to score 68, 72, 76 at times. From the 160 marks of MCQs, I think I reached around 120 to 140, somewhere in between. And verbal, I especially remember when I took a target, okay, let's go for 70. Then I started scoring 70s mein, 90s mein. Cutoff usually is around 120 or maybe more than that. So धीरे धीरे करके mocks में I started getting 130 around, which was still a tight rope, like just crossing the cutoff region. So I think that was my score when I was at my peak around 130.
Did you solve the previous year question papers, like the 2019 paper? So, and in comparison with that, what do you think was the level of 2020 paper? And what are your views on Ipmat 2021? Due to the COVID situation and stuff, what do you think?
Okay, so I did solve 2019 paper, and I looked a good look at it in the very start, and I was overwhelmed that, okay, this is a tough paper. I don't know if I'll get it or not. But eventually it started to look easy. Especially verbal was thoda overwhelming for me. 2020 was my paper. It was very easy. First of all, it was shorter, like number of questions. Although it was not easier in that sense because the time was reduced. So like, yeah, so the time you get per question, it kind of reduced. So that was one difficult part. The level of questions was extremely easy as compared to the mocks that I gave or the 2019 paper. And as far as the one paper is concerned, I don't think I have any opinion on that, nor I am the right say. I'll just say that Ipmat paper in general is not a very rocket science kind of thing. If you really first have a look at the course, IPM curriculum, if you like the course, then you will definitely get motivations to study for it. And then so when you compare it with JEE, so JEE has such a vast syllabus. IPMAT has very selected topics, and उन्हीं पे questions आ रहे हैं, उसी topic पे questions आ रहे हैं, उन्हीं तरह के questions आ रहे हैं. So if you understand the paper once with a good amount of exposure, then you will be able to ace that paper. So yeah, just do a little bit of practice, and I'm sure you will do good. So thank you, Dhruv, for joining me in. And what would you tell, a last message to the aspirants who are like preparing for IPM? What would you advise them to do? Nothing. Just look at IPM curriculum, try and approach the seniors, talk to them, like not the seniors technically, but people who are in IPM, and just see if you want to be at this beautiful place. And then studying for the exam, that motivation will automatically come. So don't worry about it. It's not really a tough exam. I am sure everyone can, crack it. It's just about the passion. And yeah, put in thoda sa effort and then be here, bro. Like यहाँ पे आके you'll have to put in much more effort. Uh, Often we think कि once you enter the college, life is a cakewalk. It's the other way around. Like
actually, the thing is that मतलब 10th पे हो ठीक है 10th कर लो फिर life set, फिर 11th कर लो फिर 12th, फिर 12th कर लो फिर life set, फिर exam कर लो फिर life set. College में आके it's like no, it's not set. You have a lot of other things as well to focus on. Life, it's like it's never set.
But you will enjoy them.
Yeah, you just enjoy the process.
Much more freedom.